G'day, and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Ranmenera. We have come back from the heart of the bloom. We've rescued Mazov, aka Ishen the Scholar, and determined that in fact the current Memovira is the first, as in the first cast-off. So it's time to head back for what I suspect will be the last of our incidents with the last of our adventures within the bloom. I kind of went through and checked all the other areas to see if anything else is around, but nothing seems to have shown up. This woman's face is lined with worry, though a thick build suggests that she could snap a spear or two in two without much effort. She continually glances towards a tunnel leading out of the courtyard as though she hopes to see somebody. She runs a hand through her short graying hair and mutters, "Gods, that's two missing. Where the hell are they?" Finally, she takes a notice of you. The wrinkles on her face harden immediately. "What are you looking at? No one gets in the fortress without permission. I can already tell you don't have it, so keep walking." You look worried about something. What's wrong? It's that obvious. You'd be worried too if you had men out in the bloom while you were stuck on guard duty. Should be glad anyone came back from the old slave block, but I can't be. Lost a lot of good people, and I still have another patrol missing.
I'll remember that.
Listen. If you happen to see my missing soldiers, I'd appreciate any news you can give me. They'll be outfitted like me. I'd go looking for them myself, but, yeah. She kind of gives a surrendered shrug, leaving her thought unfinished. I found two of your men alive in the old slate block, and you're patrolling Little Niliash. They're all right. Ah, okay, I didn't realize that. I hadn't done that. So it was you. Yes, you match that description. I'm in your debt, it seems. Take this. It's not much, but it's what I can give. I guess with those headaches out of the way, I can focus on more important matters now. Important to some, anyway. Memovira is so afraid of her own skin, she's willing to let men die just to keep me close. You said you had other matters to focus on? Well, it's not really your business, so then neither were my patrols, and I owe you that much. The Memovira, you've probably heard she doesn't leave the fortress anymore. That's because of the way the bloom's been acting lately, and I think I know what the bloom behavior means. She should leave is what it means, but she's too damn proud for that. She never leaves the fortress? Never, not for months. She's afraid of the bloom, of what it might do to her. She thinks the closing and shifting of Moors is a message, a warning. And what does it mean? Do you know how the Memovira came to power? They say the bloom helped her, turned her against the old Memovira and destroyed him. I was a kid, a green mercenary at the time, but I remember the way the bloom changed. The old Memovira could, well, not control the bloom. I don't think anyone can do that. But sort of coaxed the bloom to do what it wanted. Then one day the bloom just stopped responding. Moors closed or reopened in horrible places. Then a few weeks later the old Memovira was gone. The Memovira sees the similarities too and doesn't want it to happen to her. So she's shutting the bloom out and she doesn't know what to do. Worried there's nothing she can do. What'll happen to the rest of us then? Said the old one just disappeared? I say the bloom ate him, but I think it's worse than that. I've seen him late at night, or sometimes, or in the dark corners of the bloom, an old ghost in rags and a long beard. Maybe I'm crazy, and maybe he isn't really dead. Either way, I don't want to know. I know what I saw. The bloom didn't eat him like you thought. Not all of him, anyway. Alright, yep, we already knew all that, but it's cool. Ishen should have found his way back by now. Is he safe? So his story was true. I admit, I didn't expect to see either of you alive again. Yeah, he's safe, and the Memovira is expecting you. She'll see you whenever you're ready. You should know the Memovira seemed angry you succeeded. I don't understand it either, but I've seen her like this before. My advice, take care of any unfinished business you have before you see her. It's assuming you have to see her, of course. Okay, let's just check, because it sounded like yes, that's a rank up. I think we will go with... I don't think we need more edge right now. So what I'm going to check is if I look at abilities or skills. Skills, what would we grab? We could grab more persuasion or intimidation maybe. Cipher use would be pretty good. Just because we keep running into problems with that. Or, you know, anything that would be kind of useful in checks. But the other one would be to look at abilities. Any cool abilities? Not really, no. Or I could increase stat pools and boost my speed, because that seems like it'd be useful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take skills. I'm going to take healing. Because that's +5 bonus per level healed. I assume it's skill level? Not sure what to do then, actually. You know what? I'm just going to increase stat pools. Could always do with a little more speed. Every 2 points also increases evasion by 5. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Alright, no one else got anything? Really? You know what, Makina? Callistage, you still? Okie dokie, I guess. Alright, well, let's go in. I'm pretty sure we are done with here. Haven't picked up any quests or anything that I want to do. And I inadvertently finished one that I kind of started, but wasn't important enough to track. So, yeah, that all works. So, the heroine returns. Okay, that's a pointless short-range teleporter. The Numenera's gaze is strong, unflinching, though her face is lined and stress marks her mouth. Impressive, she says, though her words are clipped. Even with everything I'd heard you had done, I did not think you'd actually succeed. I underestimated her twice. Now it will not happen again. So, I did everything I could to honor our deal. You are as helpful as I had heard. You should be careful. Not everyone you meet is worth helping. Now, for the information I promised you. Could she actually be on our side? No, I mustn't assume anything. She raises her chin high. Some energy shimmers across her body. I am the first caster. I have kept myself hidden for a century and more. Waiting, letting our damned sire execute his twisted plans, thinking he had the upper hand. But we have plans of our own. Yep, that's a bunch of people. Suddenly, several familiar cast-offs materialize out of nowhere. You can't place all of their faces, but you immediately recognize Padrek, and the trim figure of Barakiel is also among them. Our sire thought to use the resonance chamber to subsume us, but I have learned it can stop the sorrow in another way. It is the door to our freedom, and you have returned to me my key. Then the Numenera, the first, makes a sweeping gesture towards Mazov behind her. Poor Mazov, I don't think this is going to work as well as you'd like. Ooh. Hello. That's a crystal. As you can see, my agents have retrieved the resonance chamber from the reef. With the Mazov returned, we can use the chamber to sever the tidal connection that draws the sorrow to us like a war moth. Then we will be free forever from the sorrow, from having to hide in Mielavest or this wretched bloom, from all of our sire's stratagems. We will finally be ourselves. You didn't notice, while the first was speaking, but Makina's eyes are staring at one of the first companions. She actually looks frightened. If possible, she looks paler than normal. Tash? Impossible. Has my mind failed me again? Now that she says his name, it's obvious. This is a man whose body you inhabited in Matkina's Marecaster so long ago. His only reply is a leering grin. You're dead. I killed you, didn't I? That's certainly what you remember. His unpleasant grin widens. Our freedom is finally at hand, thanks to you. She laughs softly to herself, as though to some inside joke. I have no doubt you have questions. From what I hear, you always have questions. You may ask them while Mazov finishes his work. Ironic that the one he meant to snuff out is now our savior. Maybe I won't have to kill her. Why would you have to kill me? How do you? You're more clever than my information suggests. Though perhaps not if you've not yet divined why I would have to kill you. You are his key, the catalyst he created to activate the chamber. He would use it to subsume all of us into himself. To kill us, do you understand? I have been trying to stop that from happening ever since I learned what our sire's true plans were. That when you spoke to Mazov in Osterfagen, using poor Zarian's body, I knew he was close. I knew where you would appear, but not when. I've been watching Mielavest ever since, waiting for you. When you escaped the sanctuary, I panicked. Years of planning undone. Then you came here, to me. The trip to the heart was a fool's errand, you know. Whether you succeeded or not, I would have what I needed. Either you be dead, or our sire's plans with you, or I'd have Mazov back to enact my own plans, and our sire's plans would no longer matter. We need to talk about the chamber. Of course we do. Very well. What do you want to know? What can't your curiosity live without? Your plan will kill the cast-offs, not free them. We need the connection in order to live. What ridiculous conjecture. Where did you hear that? Our sire learned it from a Gibra cast-off named Tom. Tom said both our sire's plans and yours would kill us all. Tom? She stares at you for several moments, then finally she says, No, Tom is mistaken. What could he know about the details of my plan? Could Tom have... No, it's a lie. Tom doesn't know the half of what I do about the labyrinth. The sorrow tracks us with the tides, in severing the tidal connection between us, the labyrinth, our sire called it. We will no longer be connected to the tides. We will no longer abuse them, and the sorrow will stop its hunt. We will be free. It must be done. Is there any other way to stop the sorrow? There is one other way, our sire's way, suck every living cast-off back into a single body, but what good is that? No, the only way to stop the sorrow is to remove what it seeks. It hunts us because our bodies abuse the tides. In severing the connection, that abuse will end. Our sire didn't know what he was doing when he made our bodies. The sorrow is the consequence, but I will undo his mistakes. I thought my body was the catalyst to the chamber. It is. The changing god created your body specifically to activate the chamber, to channel its powers. We discovered you had become a cast-off when he spoke to Mazov through Zeri and Daywalker. Your body was designed to control the tidal connection between us. But of course our sire doesn't want to sever that connection. He wants to use it to draw all cast-offs back into himself, snuffing us out. I won't let that happen, so Mazov has reconfigured the chamber to work with any cast-off. So can my body still activate the chamber? Of course it can. Mazov has repaired the machine, not broken it further. But rest assured, if you go anywhere near that chamber, I will kill you myself. So, I've learned that in activating the chamber, it can be used to weaken the sorrow. Is that true? Perhaps, but what would that accomplish? The sorrow has been weakened many times, yet it does not die. I will not risk our lives like that. Severing the tidal connections between us is our only hope of stopping the sorrow and surviving. I want to ask you about something else, then. Of course you do. Ask them now. Okay. How long have you been hiding here? A decade? More? I rescued Mazov from the Gibra after our sire abandoned him. The Bloom's hatred of the sorrow and its power to keep it at bay was known to me, so we came here in disguise. But you betrayed the old Mamavira. Why take over if you only came here to hide? He was weak, and I needed his resources. I had to find the resonance chamber before our sire could activate it. Controlling the power of the Bloom was a nice bonus. Now the Bloom has turned against me, though, but it won't matter soon. And how was Mazov taken from you? The Bloom turned on me without warning, or perhaps there were signs I missed. It devoured a large chunk of the fortress and Mazov's workshop with it. I have endeavored to keep it out ever since, but it was too late. Mazov was gone. He was lucky it was me the Bloom wanted, or he would have been devoured immediately. Your plan will kill the cast-offs. I won't let that happen. Try and stop me. I was always going to have to kill you anyway. Wait, let me think about it. Nothing to think about, fool. In moments, Mazov will have the chamber activated and it will be over. But fine. Think. We should use the chamber to weaken the sorrow. We might be able to kill it. Why didn't you just tell me you were the first from the beginning? Frankly, I don't trust you. There are certain voices in your head. I can't know what side you're really on, so it was safer to use you instead. What voices are you talking about? I can't tell if you're being coy or stupid. I've known the changing god was in your mind since you spoke to Mazov in Ossifagan, rather. I was there. I am the Chimera. With the changing god alive, all my plans, all of our lives are in jeopardy. Rest assured, I will do anything to stop him. We should weaken the sorrow. We might be able to kill it. Are you a fool? The sorrow cannot be killed. You, however, can, which you'll discover if you try to get anywhere near that chamber. The only reason you're alive at all is because I'm optimistic. I hope you're smarter than that. Alright, you know what? Let's just let her activate it and see what it does. It would be foolish to do anything else. Come, brothers and sisters, our freedom awaits. We do get 100 XP? Crisis initiated. What do they mean? Well, that's kind of annoying because it means I can't then level people. The entire fortress shakes and dust and stones fall from the ceiling above. What was that? The first sniffs the air. The sorrow. It's here, but too soon. The resonance chamber hasn't finished its activation cycle. We'll have to face our enemy. Take heart. We need to survive only a few more minutes before we are forever free. As she turns to fight, you notice the resonance chamber console is still functional. Perhaps there's still a chance to redirect its power before it's fully charged. And here is sorrow fragments. So. Oh, this is everything I hoped it would be. Yeah, we're definitely hitting endgame. So, I'm guessing we could have a fight with this. Okay, Eridus. Have fun. This is what you were born to do. Hit things with a giant hammer.
I bet your ancestors felt that.
Ready.
Redirect the energies of the resonance chamber to yourself. Your hands race over the controls without thought. Without reliance on memory, the chamber is yours to claim. It always has been. Warm, bracing light falls from the chamber onto you, covering you in brilliant, whispering power. Okay, Kelly. Suddenly these are hostile. That's also kind of what I figured would happen. Dimensional superposition.
Waveforms collapse into a single reality.
And then push you two away. Pop. I've waited so long for this. To just miss me. That's annoying. Oh, this is what you've been waiting for. Okay. We do this. Wait, this consumes action. Whatever.
Into the shadows.
We blind you. We warp to the other side of you.
You fear me. You know you fear me.
Ah, that's a little awkward. Oh, it's a good line. Oh, what happened there?
Someone needs to smash me in the face with some healing. Ah! Look out, villains! Trouble coming your way.
Okay. I guess we'll just run over and stab you.
I feel
Sorry,
bad.
Zarian.
You hit me. I'll hit you.
Without doubt.
Okay, Maz. Wow. Kelly. You're just not very useful. You know what? Just hide.
It's no use.
It's fine.
That was but a
haste. A little surprise for you. They call me the White Death for a reason.
I think Aridus is gonna fall over here. It's quite the throw. Poor Aridus. There you are. Okay, that's not ideal. My real question is, what's happened to Aridus?
There we go.
Yeah, the first is not in a good it's definitely not in a good spot. Okay, Tash is pretty much dead at this point. I guess you've got to stand up. Hedge magic is not going to help me here. That could. And let's just move over here. Just hide. I said hide, not... It'll do.
It's no use.
When is Sarah going? Okay. You kill him.
Fear me. You know you fear me.
Sora moves slowly up. Mazov dies. Nope, the Balefire dies. Excellent, that means I can summon a Balefire.
I feel like I've been holding tongue.
What can we do other than... I can't Balefire just yet. Okay, fine. So, Maelstrom. Okay, move up.
Ready.
Maelstrom.
Already lost.
I'm pretty sure we die here. Okay, so you basically just run up.
I'm there, in the shadows. Good, I'm ready.
Burst.
Someone needs to smash me in
The Sora has built up an alarming amount of power. It turns to the resonance chamber. Suddenly, the chamber explodes in a shaft of light, touching everyone and everything in the fortress. It is activated at last, but it doesn't feel like you expected. An intense pain explodes inside your skull and a wrenching tug in your gut. The chamber is pulling you inside it, forcibly ripping your mind from your body. And if the screams are any indication, you are not the only one. And we will end that here today.